Alright, hello guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted anything super recently, but I had a lot of people on the AT that were always asking me what my parents think of me hiking, just because when they'd find out how young I was and that I should have still been in high school, they always have a lot of questions about my parents' opinion on this and like if they let me do it and stuff and like why. So I interviewed them for today's video. So yeah, get to hear all of those things. And if you have any questions that don't get answered in this video, you can just comment them. And my parents always comment on my videos, so they can either answer or I can ask them and then answer for you in the comments. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Todd.
We're Pigpen's parents.
The first question is, what did you think when I told you I wanted to hike the AT? Anyone can start.
Well, my first impression was, oh no, because I knew when you said that you would actually do it, and it was kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, and my first thought was like, how am I going to say no? But then I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to be the person that stomps on people's dreams. So I'm more like, we got to like, how can we encourage her to do this, but do it safely?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I was like, I didn't want her to not go.
Nope.
But I, was maybe kind of hopeful that she would change her mind before she left. But knowing Jordan, I pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen. But, there was always hope.
Yeah, and like, I was torn too, because I was going to miss her. I was going to miss you, Jordan. But like, also I was like so excited because it's a huge adventure, and like it's hard not to be excited about your kid doing something so cool. It's like something I would like to do. Mm-hmm. But like so that part was like my excitement for you to do it overshadowed everything else.
Yeah.
Except we were a little bit, and then we were a little bit worried about telling our parents about them.
The grandparents.
Her parents and my mom, because I was like, oh wow. That may make us, we're going to hear how bad of parents we are for letting you go. But then that turned out to be not so bad. So that was really, we worried about that. And we talked a lot about that. Like, how are we going to tell them? But then that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then did you think I would be successful and actually through hike the trail? Or do you think I would quit? Like, what were your expectations?
Well, before it started, I was unsure. I mean, I knew you were definitely capable of completing the whole thing, but I wasn't sure if you would enjoy, 5 months of hiking and camping. So I wasn't sure if you would like it. But then, honestly, within the first 2 weeks, I knew for sure you were going to finish. Because you could just tell you were so happy.
Yeah.
You gonna demonstrate my smile in the pictures?
Yeah. The excitement, talking to you, everything was you could tell the excitement was so high. That's exactly how I felt too. I wasn't sure. I knew you would like it. I just didn't know if you'd like it day after day. I knew you loved that kind of thing. I just didn't know at some point it's okay, you know what? I love hiking, but maybe 2 weeks is where I'm tired. After 2 weeks, I'm kind of done hiking.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that way. And
no.
I was and then it was pretty cool. We could tell after a little bit. We were like, oh man, she's got this thing.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know. Seriously, it was about 2
Barring
weeks
injury.
into it. We were like, yeah, we're gonna be doing this till August.
I know. Yeah. And what was good too is that's what I loved. I felt so much better once you were on the trail and we were talking to you. Then I felt so much better. I wasn't sure how it was going to be, how often we were going to get to talk to you, but we got to talk to you, quite often.
Yeah, I did call a lot.
It was good.
I had a lot more phone service than I thought I would. So.
Yeah, you had more phone service than we thought too, and the pictures and stuff. We weren't sure you'd have internet to send pictures and things.
Oh gosh, I get some pictures all the time.
I know. You were sending pictures constantly, which was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And this question is, did other people think you were insane or bad parents for letting me hike? I feel like that was a question everyone, once they found out how old I was, anyone else that was hiking with me, they'd be like, oh my gosh, what do your parents think? So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there was like a lot of people that probably thought we were like horrible parents and crazy and stuff, but not that many of them told us that. I'm sure
No.
they
Wait, did someone
told other people that.
No one ever said. I mean, people they would just they would question. They wouldn't say you're a bad parent, but the way they kind of give you that look,
Yeah.
like maybe like really you just let her go do that, like you let your
Yeah.
daughter go do that, but I don't. But I think a lot of people thought it was cool that we did it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they felt like, wow, you guys are brave to let her. I think a lot of people were worried about their kids doing whatever, and they're afraid to let go. And like you gotta let them go because you gotta go live your life. I mean, you can't just hold them in the house all the time and keep them safe.
Yeah.
A lot of it, like we just like trusted you, like, and we trust your judgment in day-to-day activities all around, and like so we trusted you on the trail that you would make good decisions.
Yeah. I mean, you've always had pretty good like instincts and stuff. I mean, I will admit, like, I mean, I think this was maybe like week 2 or something on the trail. You texted me or something that you were getting a hotel with Niall.
Oh, yeah, I stayed at a hostel with him before that, though.
I know, but then like I feel like a hostel, there's other people around.
Oh, that's true, but we were in like a
I
shed.
know,
So.
but like, then you're like, you know, it's just when your 18-year-old daughter like texts you, I'm getting a hotel with this, you know,
Aw.
much older.
We were just playing cribbage with
Guy.
Bruce and Carol.
I'm like, oh my god, but it's like, I mean, if Jordan thinks that this person's a good person, I guess
Yeah.
it's fine. And I mean, after that, I mean, Lord, you spent the night in hotels with many men, much older men, and stuff that I had no idea who they were, and groups of guys, and I'm like, you
Because there's
have
no females out there.
I know there are no women to spend the night in your hotel room, but yeah, I mean, I trusted your judgment, and I mean, the people on the trail, I think, are in large part better than like the typical people in like society.
Absolutely. And if you're spending time with them, we know they're good. Like we know you just
Oh, yeah.
hang out with people that we wouldn't like. I mean, you're just it's good.
Okay. And then I guess what was your opinion on me using like the InReach, or why did we originally get it? And then like how did I check in with you guys
Yeah.
with my phone?
I think just another level of safety. If you didn't have self-service, we wanted to make sure you could still check in and send us a text like where you were, and we could track you on there potentially.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole like point of purchasing the thing. You know, it seems like most of the time when you needed the InReach because there was no cell service, the InReach was not 100% accurate.
Yeah, it didn't always work the best.
I would get I would get a message weeks later that, oh, I'm spending the night wherever with whoever, and I knew you hadn't seen that person and you had passed that location like way before.
Yeah.
So I knew I was getting old messages.
Yeah,
so
because it was
made me
trying to send
wonder.
out new ones, but it would like try to send the old ones first. Which I
Right.
wish I would try to like delete those ones, but it still would send them.
Well,
So.
yeah, it just made you wonder if I'm getting a message like 3 weeks late, like if you actually needed something, would I
Yeah.
get that? I don't know.
You can get that
Yeah.
along with all the old ones.
But sometimes it worked. Sometimes it was spot on. So
Yeah, because I'd always try to text them in the morning to tell them where I was planning on going, and then
Yeah.
I'd tell them if I made it there or not.
Right.
But if I didn't have service, I'd try to use InReach, but it wasn't always.
Yeah, 'cause
Totally.
I like to know where you were heading, and if you made it there, just so I had an idea where you were. Just
Yeah.
in case, and
But-
who you were with. I like to know.
Oh yeah, I'd always include
I
that.
like to know who you were with.
Yeah. And then you,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
We
put-
felt better if it was someone that you had been with before.
right. Yeah. A lot of good people out there. But then you would like follow along in your book.
Yeah.
So you'd
Oh, yeah.
where you were, you'd see where you made it. We'd have your mileage for then we kind of like figure out. But then we'd kind of predict like I wonder. Well, probably tomorrow she's gonna go
Yeah.
to wherever. We should probably try to do like 20 miles or whatever it would be.
Oh yeah.
And we'd try to figure out, and A lot of times you're right.
Yeah, she had a guidebook and she keep
Yeah.
track of where I was. There's like markings in it now of where
Oh,
I
yeah.
would camp and
I have
stuff.
every day, like,
Every
Yeah.
day, man, put it on there.
And you're able to predict where I'd be with that. That's how we figured out where to fly out
Oh,
of
I
and
know,
what
yeah,
day.
that was a hard thing, is
But
trying to figure that out.
Yeah, but I also was like, I knew what day, so then I was trying to time it with that too.
I
so
know.
It was just hard. I got a little past it, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the toughest times for me when you're on the trail was when you were in the Smokies, because you didn't have cell service at that point, hardly ever, and like we just didn't hear from you much. Like we get the in-reach messages, but it just wasn't that much, and it was kind of early on. It was early on in the trip, so that part was like a little dicey. I was glad when you were out of the Smokies and then you had good service again.
Yeah.
That made
Yeah,
me more comfortable.
because the bad weather coming too.
Yeah, and the bad weather coming through and all that. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, especially I felt better too. Also, because like once from the beginning, the weather could get pretty cold at night. I was worried about that a little bit.
Yeah.
As the season progressed, I felt better about.
Oh, yeah, I always felt better too.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't worried about it getting down to like super cold.
It's really stressful when you look like ahead and you just see that like the highs are like in the 30s and then the lows are. Yeah, that stressed me out too, because if your stuff gets wet, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
It stressed me out. And it was windy in the beginning too. That always scared me.
So I was glad when we went down.
Yeah, so I think some people have the idea that we paid for her hike, which, we helped, like, we paid for her food. We told her from the beginning we would pay for her food, because if she was still in high school and living here, we would be paying for all that, and we go out to eat and stuff, and we, pay for her food. So we were like, well, we totally pay for that. But really, she paid for pretty much everything. I mean, we paid for her flight home, and we paid when she came home to graduate. We paid for that. But yeah, I mean, she worked at McDonald's and Cracker Barrel stuff for years and saved like a lot, almost everything to pay for this, because she knew this is what she wanted to do. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people think that we were like just like, writing the check for this, but Jordan like worked for this.
For sure. So yeah, so it was really nice when we came to see you in Hot Springs, North Carolina. It was probably about a month into the whole trip, and you zeroed, and we spent a weekend, had a nice little place, had a hot tub and all, and got to hang out with you and have good food and all that, and get you resupplied a little bit, and that was super nice. We enjoyed that time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that was like the only time we came to visit, because we felt like bad, because you were with a group of people like that you liked, and then stopping to hang out with us for the weekend, those people kept hiking, and then you were behind, and then you were kind of on your own for a little bit, and the weather, I think, was not so great, and we felt like if we came to visit again, then the same thing would happen, because, when you aren't hiking, the other people still are, and yeah, we didn't want to be the cause of you losing your friends and things.
But I think it actually wasn't that bad. I think it was good, because then I like was on my own, which is probably good for me. Make me myself a little more confident for when I was on my own later on too.
That's true.
Well, and also like another thing
Met
is
new people.
Being from Missouri, we're nowhere near the trail ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was like the closest I ever really was.
That was the closest.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good for us. It wasn't that bad of a trip.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard, because I mean I know there's people who live along the trail. People, come visit all the time and stuff. There's no place on the trail that is like
closer than 10 hours.
Yeah, mostly probably like
12
12
and a half hours
hours.
is the shortest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I came home for graduation,
Yeah,
so that was good.
That was super
That was
good.
nice.
Yeah, that was good. All right, and I think my last question for them is, would you let me do something like this again? And
Absolutely not.
Really?
Oh no, are you joking?
Wait, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm just joking. Of course I would.
Okay.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. I encourage it.
Yeah, I would definitely let
Yeah.
you go again.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then also, would you guys do something like that? Or like, you don't have to answer for each other, but like individually, I guess.
I mean, I think you doing yours inspires me to want to go do some adventure, for sure. I don't think it would be the Appalachian Trail for me, but I really want to ride my bike the whole length of Route 66.
Yeah, that
So
sounds
I
good.
really want to do that. So that makes me think that I'm going to actually do that maybe. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh yeah, you should. And do you have any adventures you want to do?
Well, I definitely am not interested in doing the Appalachian Trail or riding my bike to California.
From Chicago?
I really have no desire to do either of those. I mean, my thing is if I have months to travel, I want to see more things. So I want to like drive and fly and see more things efficiently and stay in, beds and
Yeah, it's so much more
hotels.
satisfying when you walk there, though.
Yeah, I'm sure walking there is a whole new level of satisfaction, but I don't really need that.
That's a good answer. Okay, anything else you guys would like to say before I cut it off?
Thanks for having us on your channel.
Yes.
All right. They're very big watchers of my YouTube channel. They comment on every video.
Yeah, and that's another thing. We loved watching your videos. That helped us feel like you were still with us. Like that was a great. The videos were tremendous for us. We'd get up and watch those on the Wednesday, the Friday, and the Sunday, and we looked forward to it. It was like checking with our
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.